All right. We are back. No new people. Episode 18, part B. That's right. It happens at the same time as the last episode. So this episode and the last episode with the other team are basically like happening on the same timeline. So it's technically part B. So I'm sure the labeling in YouTube will get weird. Anyway, so
Part A, Part B?
no,
14A.
not like that. It'll be like episode 18, part A, part 1, episode A, like that. All right.
Yeah.
Like
So
Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy numbering.
yeah. All right, cool. So we're going to start off with some downtime actions, and then we'll kind of get into a little bit of pregame stuff, and then we'll get into it. All right, so let's see what you guys were all up to. Paige, you were working on some more stuff with your worshippers. You think that to make more headroads on people worshiping your deity, you need to put more crystallized magic into the divine to like allow them to sort of experience that. So you've sort of hit a wall at this point until that happens.
Generic divine or like to my god specifically? Like, could I put it in a temple bucket or is it a to Shaxx bucket?
I mean, a Shaxx bucket would work more, but you certainly have to convince the others to put it into your bucket rather than any other bucket, right?
Right.
All right. Cool.
Slim, don't get in that Shaxx bucket.
Mel,
Hey, you're on Team Shaxx now. You praised.
Mel, you were working on researching that lizard that you all found in the entryway to the desert. Those lizards are typically very dumb, but they are demons nonetheless.
Okay.
So it is like a guard dog lizard,
Okay.
basically. So it's not like gonna go out and make deals or anything, but it is from the deep, from the hell realms.
Okay.
Evil.
All right, cool. Jeff, you were working on. Wait. Oh, you were working on sort of finding a market for hallucinogenic booze.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
just working those underworld contacts that I maybe haven't flexed in a little while.
you
So-
for sure are able to find dwarves that want to drink different kinds of beers in a dwarf city. So if you get some of that hallucinogenic booze, there will be a market for it, for sure.
Yeah. I figure I've been working those little like odd jobs, like finding things for people.
Mm-hmm.
I know what Badger's got a knack for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can get to what you need.
All right, Chris. I mean, basically, once you tell the mushroom people that you're from Gathol, like the work that Ander has been doing to sort of the Gathol mushroom relationships are just excellent. They welcome you in, they drink with you. Like, for them, drinking is a little bit, it's not like this, it's sort of like they like put their hand in it, you know what I mean? Like, it's strange, but they're totally into it. You guys have a party. They give you some primo mushrooms. Like, these mushrooms are gonna be fun. All right, M, you were inspecting the body of the like cursed humans or whatever. We'll say that you took the one that was like so you like cut it open or whatever, and it's like inside there's no muscles. Like, this is just like skin on top of skeleton, right? And like there's like all this sort of like scoring and like weird weird like markings and stuff all over the bones and the skin. You're not like magical in an arcane way, so you don't really know like that you can pretty easily tell that they're like some sort of arcane curse, like this must be a side effect of the curse, but you're not exactly sure on the specifics of that. You could certainly delve more into that, but there isn't a lot of people to do research for this kind of thing because there just aren't any like magic vendors, or there aren't a lot of wizards here. So
Okay.
all right, cool. All right, so Keen wakes y'all up early. So one of the things about the things that you guys do is sometimes they need to be sort of kept a little bit more in secret. And whenever that happens, he kind of wakes you up early because it's a small town. So if they see a bunch of adventurers walking around, they just assume shit's going down. So you all get woken up like pretty early, and
The wizard, I hate this.
yeah. They take the blanket off your cage before you're ready.
Disrespect.
So you guys all walk up to the meeting hall, the great hall where he meets, but this time you actually go into Keen's office. So like this isn't a place that you normally go. Sitting on his desk is the contract or the treaty of Aina, and he sort of sits you all down in these nice, luxurious, like big stone and wood chairs. And he says, "I think it's time we make a decision on this. I know that you all have been dealing primarily with the ghouls, and that seems to have passed, but this is sort of a pending thing that we have. It is written here, just going to reiterate that the ghoul empress Aina has offered us a treaty. As long as we do not go into the great desert, she and her forces will not enter Sparrow's Crest or come north of it. So we will be safe, and Sparrow's Crest will be safe. We need to make a decision on this. Are we going to agree to this treaty or not?"
Get in the way of the divine war. Or, sorry, let me do that again. It would get in the way of the divine war, but it would solve quite a few problems.
How involved we want to be in the divine war, though, is the question.
Problem is, I'm not sure we're the ones who get to answer that question.
Make a
Yeah,
good
I trust
point.
it'll find us.
Do
So
we
what you're
trust?
saying... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do we trust these ghouls though that they're going to keep up their end of the treaty?
Susie, go ahead and make a religion check for me.
I mean, if you ask me, I can sit still for a little while. Okay, not very long, but that's kind of my point.
Yeah, I know so much.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you just know that this is like, it is a binding contract. Like, you're unsure of its details or whatever, but like, you know that that's part of it.
So if we sign, it is binding and we are held accountable.
As would they be.
Yep, on both sides. But can ghouls really abide by this contract?
That's the question I was asking.
Keen gives you like a face and sort of looks over to Sage and Arethi to kind of explain the like level of intelligence of these ghouls,
Relatively savvy. I mean, they had battle plans, and Sage, you spoke to one of them at length.
I did. I
She,
did.
like, flips through her notes.
It was not.
Do we
a
all have to
fun-
sign it?
Nope. Just one person. But it signs it for all of us. So.
It's binding to Gathol as a civilization.
Mm-hmm.
So are you saying about this divine war, we can either choose the path to go through it and find our own way, or wait for it to take us in and make us do what it wants us to do anyway? Like do we have a chance to manipulate it, or are we just kind of stuck with what we get if we sign this? You guys deal with this ghoul stuff. I've never even seen one.
Same here.
I think there will come a time where those of us who have a faith will be called upon to act against those of different faiths. My concern is that we might lose a lot of what we gain in the interim if we eventually have to turn our backs on our gods due to an agreement we made with one of the forces involved. But at the same time, we could be putting people at risk. I mean, not could, we will be putting people at risk if we don't agree to a ceasefire.
Right.
Go ahead, Badger.
Hmm.
Or was it Sage?
Just quickly, like out of character because I didn't play next week. Where are we at with Zika? Like, is he still alive?
The treaty goes into detail about Zika. It says that he was exiled and banished from their lands and is no longer holds any titles. His guardian, like that armored ghoul, was also banished for committing the greatest sin amongst their people. They don't know, but they don't know where he is. So if you kill him, like that would be a favor to them, basically.
What is the armored one?
Like the there was one that was like all decked out in
The
armor.
on all fours, or
like the one that ate Shanley.
oh, that one.
So then, do we assume that they're no longer going to be trying to bring sacrifices to their demon?
I mean, at least not from anywhere north of Sparrow's Crest. Like this basically details that they would not enter Sparrow's Crest or go after any of its people or go north of it. So Sparrow's Crest and Gathol would be safe.
What are the tenets for breaking the agreement? Like, what if they cross over or they do the wrong thing? Like, is this forever? Does it end in 10 years?
Point.
It doesn't have any details like that. It just sort of says like they are not allowed to do that.
Thought of
And
something.
what does it mean when you break it? Like, does it outline that? Like,
Oh yeah, what does it say?
will it eat you all?
It just says we are not allowed to go to into Sparrow's Crest or north of it, and you are not allowed to go south into the Great Desert.
Can
So
I
what,
detect
somebody-
magic?
Yes, magic was already detected on it, and it is a conjuration spell.
Okay, so this is a magical object.
Mm-hmm.
So there may
Okay.
be consequences for the individual that signs it, as well as the city, if it's broken.
Yeah, I would
Or
like
just
those
invisible
details
wall.
before signing.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it could be forever, it could be until they decide, so they could build up a plan while we are defenseless.
Is with the concept of north in a world where our land masses spontaneously rearrange themselves.
We also, we don't know where North will be in 2 years.
To be fair, that doesn't happen super often.
It happened literally like 3 sessions ago.
Yeah. But like, it's not like it happens every day.
It only has to happen once
True.
for us to not be north anymore.
You're right.
like demon contracts are scary. Gotta be real specific. We need a demon lawyer.
There is one, I think, that you guys have met. I don't know if you've met Bernard yet.
I don't think so.
Oh. Well, then Keen would say, like, there is a demon that we've heard of named Bernard. He was in Gathol before Coil kicked him out. He seems to be some sort of neutral party.
Would it
Could
be
we
worth?
go talk to him?
I think it would be worth it if he's neutral.
Okay. Yeah. So you all set out like this is like even before the sun rises. Like that's how early it is. And Bernard is living in this house now. He's sort of made residence there.
Where?
Do you take the contract to
there.
him?
Can't we like have him come to Gathol?
You want to send a runner?
Yeah, like, hey, is that more suspicious than us all fucking off to go there with the contract?
So the decision point here is if you send a runner and say, come to Gathol, you are inviting him into Gathol. That's the difference.
Right.
It's up to everybody else, I think.
Can you highlight where he is again?
Over here. It's about
Thank you.
It's pretty far. It's actually almost a day's travel, so.
Can we meet halfway?
I would love to go visit him.
I say we visit him and not invite him into the city.
Hmm.
Sure.
Or we can have a meeting
I agree.
point that's halfway.
What's wrong with the day's travel? What could go wrong?
Yeah, so you all aren't allowed to actually go do that. So something comes up. So you guys are kind of prepping. Yeah, I don't. Listen, this is the decision you guys wanted to make. I don't know. So
Cool.
basically, as you guys are preparing to go out on that mission, a horn blows from this camp right here, the like log camp, and that is a signal that basically something is coming. Over the next couple hours, all of the adventurers are assembled, and it is made clear that the kobolds are coming in mass to Gathol.
Adventurers assemble.
Oh snap!
Keen basically delegates a lot of the other adventurers to stay in Gathol and defend it. And there's sort of a big meeting where he sort of is coordinating all these things and then sends everyone out. And then he keeps you five with him. Like he doesn't send you guys out. And he says, for the five of you, we're going to do something a little bit different. Because the kobolds are here, that means that their leadership is undefended. So I would like to send you all on a little bit more dangerous mission to go take out their leadership while there are less defenses.
As you see fit, I suppose.
He nods. He walks you all into the waypoint chamber, and he starts sort of doing some like preparations. And he says, before we go, does anyone want to buy potions or anything? They're 30 gold a piece now, and you can have as many as you'd like.
Do I have money?
Yeah. We want potions.
Okay.
I have money. That
I'll
never
have
happened.
my-
And I think
health in there.
Sage has a healer's kit, and you guys can have as many of those as you want to. So
I have the
Uh,
healer's kit, and I have one potion that I haven't used yet.
cool.
I'll
I
buy a second
am
potion.
gonna need 1 second to decide how I feel
Yeah.
about this,
Take your time.
because
Um.
I'm considering saving up for some bullshit.
There is a lot of cool bullshit in there.
Where do I add it? I don't have key.
Oh, for equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the bottom middle section is where your
I feel like these are all
equipment
kind
is.
of stupid.
So that just a quick question. That blasting ring and items for sale.
Mhm.
Does that 3 charges total ever, or does it recharge?
It's per
after-
day.
Per day.
I like that face. It's just like, well, looks like I'm not getting any potions.
Anybody got a gold piece I can borrow?
Just
You just need one.
Yes.
Just
Yes. You can have a gold piece.
one. Thanks, Susie.
All right,
I just like flick it to you like.
I'll buy a potion of healing. That way
Oh.
I have 2.
I'll buy a blasting ring.
There's something I want, but I feel like it's so much that I might as well just invest now and hope I get treasure later.
I like the idea of the all right, who wants to buy potions? And you're like, "Pff, potions, and you like put on this ring.
I
Yeah,
bought one potion.
Just
of healing.
remember, I don't have channel yet, assholes.
I got a healer's kit.
Okay.
I have bought. I am now carrying a total of 2 healing potions, and that's all I got because I'm just a warlock.
I needed a distance attack.
I'm the wrong kind of warlock, also.
All right.
Oh, I
The
want
wrong kind of
big
warlock.
stone.
Shax is offended.
Shax can't hear me speaking out of character.
That's fair. It's fair. All right.
I wish
Shax
work would stop
can't.
texting me like 8,000 times a day.
All right. So you guys all get prep up, and then
Did you just delete the ring of blasting?
yeah. Oh, sorry. Did you need that?
I want to copy and paste it into
I
my...
thought you already had. My bad. My bad.
Did you need this thing you were buying?
I hope I can Command Z.
Hey,
You go to put it on and it
We're
disappears.
doomed.
Pretty sure I remember most of the mechanics already,
All
but
right. Whoops. My bad.
As a heads up, I did not prep sleep because I was not anticipating kobolds. So get fucked. Ice knife it is.
Ice knife.
Hell yeah.
Some sick lemons though.
All right.
yeah, how many lemons you got right now?
2.
All right. So it is range 60 to 120 feet. Here, I'll just post it.
yeah, I know. I was just hoping to copy paste it directly,
Oh,
but that's fine if it's
sorry.
not.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. All right. Cool. So you all assemble around the waypoint teleporter, and Keen's like, okay, I'm ready to go, and then he sort of has this sort of like more serious face, and he's like, I'm gonna try to send you to the tower. I don't know how it's gonna work. And then he just sort of like, pushes the button. like there's the moment of like all of your worried faces are happening, and then he just teleports you.
Starting
like
to feel like it would be easier to just go live on my island of worshippers.
All right. So you guys all need to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, bleh.
I have none of this.
It's okay. We'll all bob it together.
Yay. Fuck. Unless I gained some unexpectedly. I did not.
Oh yeah, that's a good roll. That's a good roll. I have.
Oh, that macro is actually inaccurate. I have a 6, not a 7.
Okay.
So I have to update that macro.
All right. So I got Sage, Badger. All right. Cool. So Susie, Orethi, and Sage, you all this does not feel good. Like your body is moving in ways that you do not expect it to. And then you guys, your vision kind of comes back to you, and you're on this sort of long sort of stretch of plains, with a little bit of forest in the background. And the 3 names that I mentioned, you all are just laying on the ground, and your stomach is just in knots, and you're in a lot of pain. And I will say, Orethi, you have definitely thrown up. You're definitely throwing up.
There's a sad little owl pellet on the ground next to me.
Yes.
All right.
It's very gross.
So, you all hear like sort of like a very loud rumbling in your direction. You have no idea what's north, what's south, so it's just but it's coming at you. What do you all want to do?
I'll fly.
Try to see what it is.
Hide. I will say out loud to hide.
It's just sort of
Ooh,
a
yes,
I like
wide
that
open
plan.
expanse. Like there really isn't much to
Great.
hide in.
Great. I love.
Yeah.
Great. I'll fly 50 feet in the air.
Give me an acrobatics check at disadvantage, or athletics.
Okay. Okay. Eight.
Yeah, so you start to fly up, but you're like, oh geez, your stomach isn't ready for it, and you just sort of like, oh god. You see a bunch of herd animals running in your direction from this like forested area. They like start hopping out of this forest area in your direction.
Right. It's a fucking Lion King moment, guys.
Come unsteadily back down to the ground and tell the party what I just saw. What should we do?
Run?
Yep.
Ah,
Pick a direction. Let's
Um,
go.
All right, so where do you want to run? Do you want to run like
Away?
sideways to them, with them? Like towards them?
Can I try to spot any kind of cover that there might be?
Like you can't see any. Like they're like you kind of look
Okay,
around and
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh shit,
So like 90 degrees.
90
So-
degrees.
So away from them, but not directly in their path of
Can I make a
Going.
survival check
Yes,
yeah,
you
let's
can.
do
that.
on avoiding
All right, So
stampedes?
let's Badger and
Not
Susie.
great.
You guys kind of like take a moment. And you're like, wait a minute, what's the outside? So go ahead and each of you make a survival check. All right, cool. Badger, you're like, okay, what's survival? And then then Susie,
My instincts are run away.
yeah, Susie, you think they're basically the two best options are to either run in the same direction that they are running in, or run 90 degrees to them.
Okay, I'm gonna do my initial thought of 90 degrees.
Cool. All right, so Susie
And
kind of
so-
waves you all on, and you all start running in that direction. Everyone make an athletics check. Anyone
Oh gosh, no.
anyone who rolled the 10 or lower on the con save, you're all at disadvantage.
I'm gonna help Susie along.
like
Oh, does
I am
Susie
better
need
off
it?
not
Well, you rolled a 10 or lower,
even
just in case.
attempting.
Or anybody who's dragging behind. How about that?
It's gonna be me. That's one check. Oh,
I don't know.
actually,
I'm dragging behind myself.
aha, a 1, but not a
We're all-
natural one,
not a
just a
natural one.
1.
All
We're all
right.
fantastic at this.
Yeah, so you guys all start to, or like Susie, you start to take off running there, and you just go, but like a lot of people behind you are just sort of like falling, tripping, and Duroc, you're like, oh god, you're like trying to like bring up the rear and like try and pick them up. It's only a little while before these animals are on top of you, so everyone make a dexterity check, and you guys are sort of starting to feel better now. So,
Is that like a dex save?
save.
yeah,
or-
dex save. Yep, sorry.
Word.
To not die. And then Aretha, you can make this with advantage because you can start flying now.
Cool. I have a 19.
Okay. All right. Cool. So Duroc, did you get are you at disadvantage because of your armor or no? I don't know.
Nope.
All right. Sage, you're getting trampled for 8 points of damage. So everyone's able to sort of dodge around these herd animals. But Sage, you're just getting clobbered. And then all of a sudden, you all see like the wooded area, the trees sort of in the back of the forest. So like there's like a row of trees that's still up, and then the row behind that just all start to collapse and come forward. What are you guys gonna do? Keep
What do you
trying
mean
to
collapse and come forward?
like as though something like, so these are the trees, right? And then these are the trees behind them. They just go like this.
Oh, they're being like dominoed?
Yeah, kind of.
Is that where we were headed?
No, you're heading 90 degrees from there.
Yeah, I don't care personally.
All right,
I'm
cool.
continuing to run.
Hey,
All right.
Maybe
Can
we
I-
should try to get on one of these herd animals and run.
so
Is anybody fallen
No.
behind me?
Arethi, what do you got?
I was gonna, if somebody's gonna get trampled, I can Eldritch Blast things away from them because it has. When I hit with Eldritch Blast, I can push stuff. So I would like to support the party by knocking wildebeests or whatever miscellaneous animals are chasing us or like running around just out of the way. Like, stop trampling my friends.
Okay.
Zap.
Arethi, you're gonna make a. Oh, sorry. And then Duroc, were you saying?
Well, if anyone is lagging, like I want to be the last person there. So if anybody is lagging behind, I'm gonna stay with them and like try and help defend them against like
Okay.
rid these things off.
Good plan.
So Badger, you're gonna make an animal handling check. Arethi, you're gonna make an attack.
Can that
roll.
be?
Everyone else make a dexterity.
It's not acrobatics to mount one.
No.
All right.
Non-natural 20 for mine.
All right. So between like Duroc, you're trying to really focusing on making sure everyone else is safe. Like you're about to get hit by one, but you just this blast just pushes him and just like this wildebeest or whatever just flies to the ground, gets up and runs. And then you see a massive dinosaur just come out of this forest in your direction. It's just like this sort of like terrifying T-Rex just running directly at you. And it is gargantuan, you know.
Oh.
Keyword gargantuan.
Keyword gargantuan. Yeah.
Are dinosaurs related to kobolds?
They're both lizards.
Well, when it becomes nature check time or whatever, that's the thought that Arethi is having.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are now sort of in this like no man's land between the running wildebeest and this dinosaur.
Is the dinosaur like how fast is it running? If it's running,
It's fast. It's big. Its legs are just so big. Like
I can help. Shit.
So can we continue to run, or are we done with the running?
I mean, you
I
can continue
have
to
an
run.
option.
You got to tell me the same direction, different direction. Because now you're closer than the animals.
Sure, I have an option.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use it. From what I understand, most wild animals and shit like that have a fear of fire, and
Okay.
so I want to try and use this potion of fire breath to like set the land in front of me and all of us, between us and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, on fire. So it wants to run around us and go back towards the wildebeests and not to us.
All right. All right.
I'm here for it.
All right. Cool. So yeah, the T-Rex is running at you. Go ahead and you drink the potion and then roll me some fire. What's the fire damage on it?
So it does 46, but it has a DC save. So, but I wasn't really trying to set him.
Yeah,
on fire
yeah.
necessarily.
It's too far away at this point to even hit that. But go ahead and roll damage. I want to see how much fire there is.
Oh. Okay, I guess I forgot how to roll dice without clicking.
It's /R.
/R. Thank you.
Yeah, and then
I did
space.
exclamation point.
Perfect.
Nice.
Oh, that's a pretty good roll. So yeah, you like drink this potion and just start just blowing fire out in this sort of.
I
like,
get 3 rounds of blowing fire, so I will just.
Yeah. So as it's running at you, it just sees that, and then it no longer thinks that you're the most dangerous, like you're the easiest prey, right? So it just runs around the fire and just keeps going after those wildebeests. And then I'm gonna need you all to make another Constitution saving throw as you guys start to feel like your arms and legs start to like stretch apart, and then you teleport again.
Ignore the the plus
Oh,
one.
he messed
that's
it up.
Not a 20. It's a 19, not a 20. I don't know how to fix my math there.
Save
Oof.
changes.
Oof.
There we go. I can fix it.
You're not at disadvantage, so you're only taking the left one.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
All right, cool. So you all teleport to this time you are in a dark cave, like sort of, I don't know who has dark vision.
I do.
But if you
This
don't
is
have
much-
dark vision,
I do.
you teleport in. Everyone is standing up except for Arethi, who's just on the ground. They're just like Arethi's just like hugging the ground.
Oh. A D.
19.
You got a 7, or I thought.
No, the 7 was me trying to fix my macro. My roll is up below Chris's.
Oh,
Fire
I'm sorry.
breathing.
I was only looking at the second one. Everyone is fine. So you guys all
Okay.
teleport. You're a little bit spread apart, but you're just sort of in this dark cave. Now, everyone who can see sees like, and then probably for the others who turn on light or whatever, you see like this sort of, it's a cave that is a natural cave here, and then off to your left, there's like an actual tunnel that's been built into the earth, and then like a man-made tunnel, and then sort of a little bit of ways from you, there's like a cliff, and there's blood leading to this cliff and like scratch marks as though someone had been dragged and then went off of this cliff. What are you blasting?
I'm just checking to see if that works. Sorry.
Cool. What would you all like to do?
Last time I tried to do anything with a cave, it was immediately a terrible idea. Cliffs don't seem any better.
Well, at least you can fly off them.
I guess that's true. I'll
Yeah.
detect magic just in
To
case.
see if it's a safe.
Yeah.
You see a faint magic like off the cliff.
I described that to the party.
Mm.
Reethy, you want to go check that out? The one with, wings?
But I don't have feather fall. Okay. Could I?
What do you mean? You
Well, if I
See,
fall and if I'm nauseous and I fall and die,
Right.
it's a cliff. Here, somebody. Does anybody have a rope? Somebody hold this rope. I
I
pull.
give you a little smack of guidance, okay? You got this. Go to bed, champ.
is Susie's version of guidance just like a slap on the ass and like saying you got this?
Get lost.
Yeah.
Way to go,
Definitely.
Tiger.
Fine.
It's just like some pithy words of buck up.
All right, I cast Blade Ward on myself. That way, oh, it doesn't matter. Blade Ward doesn't help if I fucking fall.
You got wings.
It doesn't stop me from falling.
All right.
If you flap things, how do they
I
work?
take out my rope because I have a rope, and I just throw one end of it at Badger and hope he holds on to it, and then I'll fly holding the other end.
All right.
Don't understand.
So you fly out over this cliff. The cave
You weren't
isn't
there when I
that
took a bunch of damage.
the cave
for
isn't
falling.
that big. But you see down below there is like a pile of just white like sucked dry white bones that had been, you know what I mean, like it's like there's
Sun
just
bleached.
sun bleached, but you're in a like dark cave. Who knows how deep you are? But there's just piles of bones that are just white that you can just almost see sort of with a no light. And then there is also a woman down there. Maybe you don't know. It could be a girl, woman. You don't know how old she is, but she is sort of just like in these sort of tattered clothing, and she's just sitting there like next to these bones, and she's just like crying, like she's just like has no idea what's happening.
I'm gonna roll insight, and then I'm gonna go back to the party if that's okay.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll insight.
I don't really have a good insight though. 13.
She seems in distress.
That checks out. I go back to the party and tell them what I saw. Can't tell how old she is. She seems really upset though. Maybe a necromancer?
Did you
I think
ask
a
her what
necromancer
was
with all those
wrong?
bones would be really happy.
I didn't speak to her.
Maybe one of us should talk. See what's wrong.
Yeah, not me.
I'll do it.
Okay, do you want the rope?
Yeah, I also have rope too. We
Lots
need
of
extra rope.
It's
Have lots of rope.
the cliff is 50 feet down, so it's just slightly longer than a whole rope.
I have
Good.
50 feet of hempen rope.
I also have that because it came in my adventurer's kit.
Yeah.
Hey.
So you guys,
Two
do you guys
rope.
tie the ropes together?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
we?
probably not
Okay.
me personally, since my survival isn't good. One of the people who clearly is better at survival than me can do it.
I can do it.
Cool.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So you
Rope.
guys tie
Blood
some rope
cave,
together,
bone pit, blood cave.
and then you tie it up, and then who's holding it?
So pretty
Dora.
strong.
Oh,
Can we all
Sage's
hold
about
it?
Sage's about 175 pounds. That helps.
I mean, I'll help. I have a strength of 8, but I'll help.
I can help Duroc.
That's what I
You
need.
watch, Ari. You help
I will watch.
by watching. Do
I will watch. Yes.
you want us to roll strength or something?
No, you guys can hold Sage. Like, that's not a problem. All right, so Sage, you go down.
Okay.
As you sort of slowly descend, you can see that the girl she doesn't seem to have night vision, so she kind of looks in the direction of sound, but she doesn't make eye contact with you or anything like that. And she says, "Who's there?"
Assume she's speaking common.
Yeah, she is speaking common. Yeah.
Can I do a? Oh, where did my? Can I do a perception check?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
Just like if there's anything about her that might tell me she is harmful. If she finds out who like I am, if that makes sense.
Okay, sure. That would be like an insight check, though. Like find
Okay,
like
so
if
yeah,
she
let me do
learns
that
anything
then.
about you. Like you can tell she
Yeah.
doesn't have any weapons.
Yeah, let me do an insight check. That's what I meant. I'm new to this, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't seem like distrustful or anything like that, like yet. I'll tell you if that changes.
Okay.
All right. She says, "Who's there?"
So sages just kind of have their like hands up to show like, I'm not touching my weapons. My name is Sage. I am from Gathol. I'm not here to harm you. My friend just came down here and told us that somebody seemed to be in distress. What's your name?
I'm 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 Kathy. I was from Sparrow's Crest. Do you know where that is?
Yes, we know Sparrow's Crest very well. You know Siegfried?
Yes. I I wandered too far and something got me. I wandered out of the fog. I didn't mean to, and now I'm here. Can you help me out of this cave?
Yes, of course, of course. Are you hurt at all?
I can walk, but I'm hurt.
Can walk. Okay. All right. How big is she? I guess how is she a human? Like what?
Yeah, she's a human, but she's like super emaciated. Like she like doesn't looks like she'd be very hard to carry. Maybe like 80 pounds soaking wet or whatever, you know.
Would I be able to basically carry her and have the rope bring us both up?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Right. So what I want you to do is I want you to wrap your arms tightly around my neck, okay? And I'm going to hold on to you and we're going to go up and we're going to go from there. So the first step is we're going to go up on this rope and I need you to hold on really tightly, okay?
Okay. All right. Make
Or
make
should
a
we go
perception
down?
check for me.
She's gonna knife you.
All right. So she grabs onto you. You start climbing the rope. She is heavy. I'm gonna need you to make a strength acrobatics check. Yeah, an acrobatics check. Just to kinda...
Correct.
Cool. All right. Cool. So you get up. So this is what we see. We see it from the party who's like heaving you guys up's perspective, right? So you guys are all standing there like pulling this rope up, right? And then you see Sage come up over this cliff with this girl. And then so who can see in the dark? Let's be clear about that. Everyone
Me.
can see in the dark. Susie, do you have dark? You have dark vision. So
Yeah, I have dark vision.
everyone has dark vision. So you all see like basically this giant like shadow behind the girl. This like sort of weird shadow. Sage, you don't see this yet. But
Okay.
you see this like crazy shadow just sort of coming up behind her. And then as soon as she touches down on this top rope, you guys are like, no, but like it's too late. It's like it's already happened. And then this shadow comes into your sort of vision, and it's this red gelatinous sort of oozing thing that just starts shooting out at all of you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool, love
it's
it.
not- it's not
This is
great.
why I don't talk.
The blob.
All right. Okay. Cool.
We fighting.
Everyone, roll me a D100, please.
Kind of wish I didn't use that potion of fire breath, but whatever.
Yeah. How do I do that?
It's /RD or space D100.
So did she like turn into this, or is this thing like creeping behind?
It.
So is this like D&D second edition where Lo is
No.
I just
All right.
pictured like the things from Dark Souls where it's like a dude and then like, oops, it's a demon. Just kidding.
So upon closer inspection, it seems to be sort of like sort of trailing out of the bottom of her. Like it's sort of like her form, and then like out of the bottom of her legs where a shadow would be, it's like just this sort of ooze, this giant ooze. All right, so Badger, you're gonna get attacked, and Susie is also gonna get attacked. Oh boy.
Can we switch editions for just like a minute?
All right. So you both. So Badger, you're gonna take 10 damage from this ooze just hitting you. Like you just like it like it's like a jellyfish. It just hits you, and then like you can feel just sort of like this like sucking, like it's just sort of sucking your essence dry out of you. And then you're gonna take 3 psychic damage as it just sort of starts to drain your body. And then Susie, you are also hit with
Just an automatic hit? That's not
no,
cool.
it rolled to hit you. The D100 was to see who was unlucky enough to be the ones attacked. You're hit with 5 damage, and then with the sort of ooze, and then it just starts to drain you, and then it does another 8 damage. So you just like it tries
I'm
to
out.
suck everything out of you, and you all see just like Susie collapsing, and this monster just sort of getting ready for its next attack, and then you guys all just vanish. You just start to feel that stretching again, and just. All right, and we will take our break right there.
Right.
We'll take our first break there.
I love
Guys,
spray.
there's like a potion